Disengaging warp drive. Hello!
There we go. Hello. I do not have a super high-pitched voice. I never have and never will. Autonav will figure it out. I think Autonav is going to be okay. Did this do the thing I wanted to do? That'd be cool. Ba-ba. Hey! To switch the audio source literally every stream. Hooray! Welcome to Friday, everybody. How you doing? Coming to you live from high Earth orbit. Everybody loves audio sources. How about you, computer? Do you love audio sources?
I love audio sources.
See? Huh. Thank you. It's Earth. I am currently flying around it. I say flying. Really, I'm just using the momentum gathered from dropping out of warp. Yeah, the air mix is a little bit weird sometimes. So.
Maybe you're a leak. My helium's not leaking. It's fine. I don't know what your problem is. Blackbox walking over here just like, oh, Zib, he has too much helium in his tank. Maybe you have too much helium, nerd. Yeah, that's right. Maybe I could go through the whole stream with the correct amount of helium in my mix here. So yeah. Yeah. What do you think about that? Uh-huh. Bet you're pretty bee. This is the voice that breaks mini golf. Finally. Like, oh, where's the regular Zib voice? Not the Zib has been shrunken into a tiny creature. I know, right? It's just, that's space, baby. Space happens. All kinds of crazy stuff happens in space. Oh my God! Here comes space with the steel chair. I know, right? Like, now I'm the pocket version. You just put me in a pocket, feed me an M&M once in a while. I'll be fine. Alright, let me mess with my oxygen mix. Hang on. 1 second.
There we go. I must be allergic to this excellent oxygen. Like the From 90s. Yeah, like the From 90s. Hopefully everybody's having a good Friday. I am full of tacos and sass, and I wish alcohol, but not. My cough still has not left me, so I'm still in my self-imposed exile from that. And oh, tasty. I have a bag of curly fries in my freezer that has just been crying out to me. Like, Zib, you need to open me and bake these fries. And it's like, oh, I want to. I really do. But I need something appropriate to eat them with, so there they will stay until an appropriate dinner has been made. 30-second ad break. Literally the shortest time it can be. What is this? Oh, that's right. I have a Tiamat pin here that I've needed to show you guys. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Zoop. No Roscoe as of yet, but I am assuming he will join us shortly. What's on today's stream menu? That's a great question. I have no freaking idea how to answer that. Here's this Tiamat pin that I was talking about. I believe Mrs. Zib got this for me. But I really should wear this like to any religious event, like a baptism or a confirmation. Super cool. Red, black, blue, green, and white. Your fright is right, 'cause we're marching for Tiamat, the queen of all of dragonkind. Oh, hey, it's Gray. Everybody say hi to Gray. How goes the furniture moving? Oh, there's a Roscoe. Roscoe got a new toy today because he went to the vet. He got a new toy. He also has a treat ball full of treat. Hello, Roscoe. Yada da 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 da. Man, sorry about that. Darn it. He is the bravest boy. Yeah, he was very barky. He was very barky at the vet, but he was okay. He got his shot, and he was a brave boy, and he got a toy. So, yeah, every right now with our vet, every 28 days he gets a DOCP shot. That's basically the substitute for his adrenal gland or endocrine system. So, yeah, every 28 days he gets that. And, yeah, essentially he gets that and he lives. So that's pretty cool. It's a pretty good deal. Yeah, I'm not sure what's on the stream schedule tonight. I'm a little bit up in the air. Everything's okay. Just kind of... Wah. Yeah, I think we get the better deal out of that, honestly. I think maybe we'll just start with a blank canvas and just go from there. Hey, look, it's Roscoe's butt. It's a blurry, out of focus Roscoe's butt, but it's Roscoe's butt. Is it this one? No, I think it's... Nope, it's not that one. What about this one? There we go. Installing software and cleaning house. Yep. I've restarted the camera, so his butt should be less blurry. Yeah, I used to move my furniture so much. My parents were just like, what the hell is he doing up there? It's just like, moving my furniture again. Oh, well. I require the pencil tool. Here's an idea. Maybe I could draw a zip that's not sick. There you go. Yeah, a new perspective every week. I was pretty bummed when I realized that I couldn't get my Apple Pencil to work because of the power jack on my device there. I get you. Yeah, sometimes the room just has to be a certain way. Let's see. How about I draw an example of the Packy? Let's see. Buddy, what are you eating? Oh, Roscoe butt. All right. I gotta do something directed because otherwise I'm going to just float around. So here's what we're doing. You guys are gonna suggest a character and an emotion. And I am going to use that as a drawing prompt. I'm going to make an expression for them. A Trapfinder's character. I will I will qualify because no Pac-Man. Okay, we got Teddy. What emotion are we going to give Teddy? Surprise. Okay. I heard surprise first. All right. Who's our next victim? Who shall fill the circle? I got it. It's Prince What's His Name from Hiroko's Dream. Roscoe, there's Roscoe's new toy. He got a little raccoon. Oh, maybe this exercise requires a little more interaction than we've got at the moment. It's Friday night. I'm not too surprised. Hey, Chroma, good to see ya. Oh, Kisuke's sister. Which one of four? Yuki, I think she's the oldest. That'd probably be appropriate. You hear that, Black Box? You are a kobold for tax purposes. The best kind of kobold is one that's been appropriated for tax purposes. I like it. How else is Tiamat Care supposed to ensure enough funding is around for the top level of care for all kobolds? And war dentistry is expensive. Yet you are not wrong on that. That you are completely correct on. It's been a hot minute since I've drawn Yuki. You could do it, Yuki. Frickin' Joey. So many teeth lost to artillery maintenance every year. Oh, God, that's so much better. Okay. Drop that down. Little smaller. 0.5, I think, is the typical width I use. Yeah, that's my regular pencils are usually 0.5 to 0.7 millimeters. I like how simple Kisuke's family's masks are. Yuki was kind of a cutie patootie. Oh, good. War Dental covers damage incurred by biting gnomish war machines. If you can even call them war machines. It's like a slide. I mean, the gnomish ball pit is supposed to be some kind of terrible weapon, but it really just gives you ringworm. That's about it. Ah, man. Come on, tablet. Don't you crap out of me, too. Not pen. I guarantee this is probably Brandish. Let me look. It's Brandish. Everybody say hi to Brandish. Oh. It came up with a fun new way to draw kobolds. I think you were the one that was telling me that the YM2612 was the that was the in synthesizers for like ever, from like the 70s until only like very recently. Yeah, the base gets farty. There we go. Look at this little guy. Everyone would like this little guy. You see this little guy show up at your bus stop, you'd be like, hey, you are going to sit at my table today and eat lunch. His little tail will wiggle, so he'll be happy. There's a little lunchbox. It has Tiamat on it. So you know he's cool. This is also the perfect music for him. I thought it said Cobalt Pyrotechnic, and I was like, well, technically. But yeah, this is a fun new way for me to draw kobolds. Granted, these wouldn't be the Trapbinders kobolds. These are just... They're just cute. marketable plushie kobolds. Trapfinder's kobolds are too busy running from experimental boulders. You're not wrong. Good old Weird Autumn. Is that boulder the tungsten sphere that the snail is in? Tabletop, adorably innocent, sex, marketable plushie. Yeah, that, yeah. It's terrible. I should do a plushie. Because everyone can afford those now. pretty beanie kind of silhouette. There we go. I just got to make sure he has a hoodie that's several times too big for him and sexy kobold. If you can even deduce what the drawing is. There we go. Everybody loves Zib. Zib's the best. Look at that. Oh, man. Though realistically, I should be drawing sidereal cycle stuff. Gotta be top 20. Gotta be top 20. Yes, Audely's robot is named Bandit. Or, as I like to... Oh, what was it? It's like 3AN-D1T. Bandit looks like. Well, fortunately for you, I was going ahead with that anyway. I'm insanely grateful for the Mage's Pearl, making it basically practice for me, drawing a character that is essentially an orb. A lot of fun. There you go. Bandit. And for a profile. His appendages, like his ears here, which are like almost like little horns, and his arms and his feet are all a excuse me, like a synthetic, like almost foam rubber. Like they're a kind of safety rubber limb. And that's mainly because Bandit was a kind of a nanny bot for Audley for the longest time. You gotta be safe. Be safe with your little nanny bot. Come on. And he has a very pronounced tail. It is solid. Hinged. Sure, I'm breaking every law of robotics. Bandit can operate independently from his little overcoat shell. His general operational kind of status when he's on the ship is this little orb. The little ear nubbins are free floating, so they are attached to the head, but the head can roll. Because the head is basically entirely made out of like LEDs all over the interior of the sphere. He can roll without changing his expression. His face won't roll underneath the ball, for example. It'll just stay there, and so will his ears. It's kind of unsettling. But yeah, he can operate outside of his little overcoat. This is kind of what he uses for excursions out of the ship with Audley. That's something else, actually. I had an idea for Audley's ship. Smaller scale. So the key thing about Audley's ship is that it is it's a heavily modified freighter. One that eschews a typical bridge for a cockpit. Leaving the command deck of the ship very small, which in most cases is actually great because it's more difficult to target. I believe I had named previously. I'd named her ship the Horizon 2. the different thing about her ship is that because it is a freighter, a light freighter, it does have some mass to it. Not a tremendous amount, but it is a light freighter. So it's something along the size of, for example, the Millennium Falcon. You know, it's a ship that is basically kind of intended for work, for hauling around, but that extra space and that extra kind of flexibility gives the ship a lot more options in terms of configuration. Something that is not common in ships past the AI war era. I think I know I had a Millennium Falcon model when I was a wee hatchling, and if I remember correctly, the bottom of it had some small access hatches. Nothing huge though, so you're correct. Like nothing big can really get into that thing. You'd have to remove hull plating to actually like open the damn thing up. And maybe they have to. Maybe they had to. I always loved the Millennium Falcon because until I saw Star Wars, I had never thought of living on a spaceship. I had never thought of a spaceship being home, or at least being a place to stay. To me, it was always a vehicle. So I loved the idea that Han and Chewie lived on the Falcon for, weeks at a time, and then they would, go into port to get supplies and fuel and everything, repairs. I loved that. I adored that idea, and I just wanted more of it. Yeah, the cockpit's a little bit too big. A little bit way too big, actually. Oh, there's nothing to learn, man. It's going to be a fun story. There's nothing to. There's no test. And one of the points about the Horizon 2 is that it's out of production. It's an older ship that's been heavily retrofitted, and it's a bit infamous because it was used primarily as a garbage scow. So it has this really useful and kind of expansive main deck and kind of crew area, because you'd be hauling for weeks and weeks at a time, not necessarily always at light speeds or at heavy travel speeds. Sometimes you'd be just moving within a solar system, and sublight speed is all you've got. Cannot warp within a solar system. So this is kind of a rough idea of what the Horizon 2 looks like on the outside, anyway. There are multiple ways to achieve warp travel in Sidereal Cycle. The most popular and most stable currently is using warp gates. These are established singularities that have been stabilized and directed, and are essentially like highways. They're essentially big, heavy traffic gateways to major systems. Very handy for little commuter ships. It's very handy for ships that do not have a warp drive, which kind of opens commerce up to some of these enormous ships that would normally, with like traditional light speed, would take years to get somewhere because of their massive amounts of mass. The more mass you have, the longer it takes to transport through space at light speed. So smaller commuter vessels and smaller shipping vessels can use the warp gates. They're usually controlled by local governments, as well as a kind of generic, or general, I should say, general galactic government, which is at worst pretty much just seen as neutral but benevolent. After the AI war, there was a lot of concern over whether the warp gates would be a liability or not. So far, they haven't been so. These are the main engines, all heavily modified ion drives. Very efficient. Very safe. Not the fastest thing in the sky, but it'll get where it needs to go. Because of the power of the engines and the general kind of level of technology, there are stabilizers that are equipped on the sides of the ship, that these actually will pop out as maneuvering wings for flying in Atmo. The Horizon 2 was a model that was able to fly in Atmo as well as in space. It is a versatile ship. It's very much a workhorse, kind of jack of all trades. The main reason Adelie likes it is because she prefers having a cockpit. She does not like bridges. She has reasons for that, but no, not the hull plates. They need those to live. But yeah, the ship does have deployable stabilizers, so it can move in atmosphere. It's not the most graceful thing in the atmosphere, but it will get the job done. Now, the other important thing... I want to move Bandit here, because Bandit is cute, and I don't want to delete him. Come here, you little goober. Meow. You go here. So yeah, this ship is built as a long hauler. It's built as a convenient sublight ship that this particular one, the Horizon 2, has a jump drive installed, and it is governed by Bandit, who uses his millions of calculations per second to formulate jumps. I'm pretty sure, like, Chroma, I'm pretty sure you could just, like, loaf right in the middle. There's this big old pancake here. You could definitely just loaf right in the middle. Angrily sits on a gun is probably the best emote I have heard today, and I'm grateful for it. Thank you. Angrily sits on a gun. And this particular Horizon 2 is not defenseless. Regular factory release for the Horizon models was not heavily on defense, since these were pretty much carrying mostly garbage. There wasn't a whole lot of demand for defense, but pirates get desperate, and so do other criminals. So the Horizon does have defense systems. Kind of looks like a big old wedge of cheese. Very rail driver launchable. Extremely important. So mounted directly to the aft hull on a turret hardpoint. We have what you would expect, a turret. This one is completely autonomous and does not require a gunner. This one is oftentimes used by Bandit. Don't miss is a pretty good, it's pretty good advice. And this turret is a kind of a form-fitting turret. It doesn't fully retract, but it's also extremely flat. So it is actually very difficult to target, especially on a moving ship. The Horizon kind of has more of a defensive weaponry loadout. So the rear turret is definitely a thing. Kind of a standard pulsed laser, not the most powerful thing in the world, but it'll keep you from getting too close. One of the other more kind of potent things that the Horizon series was, unbeknownst to them, to be used as a weapon was the cargo carriers themselves. The Horizon does have internal cargo bays 2 of them, which can hold several tons of pretty much any material. The cargo bays can be modified with some work to hold a variety of different materials, but the main cargo hauling capacity of this particular model of starship was, to an extent, like a giant trailer, like a giant shipping container. The scale is slightly off here, but let's see. Oh, looks like we have an ad break starting up in about a minute, so everybody get a drink if they need to. There's a couple different ways to kind of formulate this. There's the underslung method, which I'm slightly partial to. But the other method I had thought up for the Horizon was a... Uh-oh. You get a very angry Tiamat-esque defense system, and you can wiggle loose Void Dragon scales off and use them as hull plate replacements. You can! This is true. But there is a functioning gravity link in the back of the ship. Kind of an umbilical kind of system that can be attached to a larger cargo capacity. It's also handy for stuff like hazmat, garbage, you name it. The Horizon also has some rocket pods out front. Again, nothing earth-shattering, but extremely handy in certain situations, like avoiding a nasty asteroid or punching a hole where no hole currently is. So it's always a handy tool. Sensors, I think, here in the front. There's the pop-up stabilizer. There we go. And there are a couple of underslung simple pulse lasers underneath the cockpit. Because there's no bombardier, there's no, firing crew. The pilot does all of the targeting and shooting unless they have an autonomous assistant, much like Bandit. But yeah, so that is the general idea behind Audely's ship, the Horizon 2. Not a new ship, not a particularly old one. Out of style, but definitely a memorable one to those who have flown them. And again, this one has been heavily modified. Let's see. It's like I'm trying to explain a little bit more of the universe without getting too into the weeds, because I don't want to wreck anything for anyone, but I also want it to make a little bit more sense. Yeah, actually, that's. I think they retconned the Millennium Falcon that the notch in the front is actually for a massive shipping container connector. Oh, really? Okay. Because I thought they had the YT 1300 in some other, maybe it was Solo, but it was it was for attaching a big old massive cargo block. But escape pod is probably more likely. It's been a million years since I've looked at my buddy's Star Wars technical manual. He had a huge tech manual on all the ships, and I would pore over it as a kid. It was really, really fun. Then I got like knee deep into Star Trek, and I was just like, oh no. I can't be watching a movie about space wizards. I gotta watch diplomatic relationships between the Federation and the Klingon Empire breakdown. Yeah, I guess I'll have to like I'll have to see like where I got that from, because maybe I just dreamed it, maybe I made it up. Yeah, I thought the Falcon had a connector in the front, like what I remember seeing anyway was like here's the Falcon's cockpit. Okay, and we all know that's attached and swoops to the side there. Okay, and there's one of the docking ports. Okay, and then it curves around, and then there's the notch. Another docking port. Of course, we have a gun. Have the engine exhaust. And I remember in the model I had that there was a little window in here. Like that was a chilling out space. But in in the whatever movie I watched, like it had like a cargo thing like squarely in that spot. Like it was like a big ass cargo thing. But yeah, no, that's just that. Oh man, dodging an ear infection. Did you get some water in there? Ugh. Always good getting away from that. Ugh, ear infections, man. They will wreck your month. Yeah, and the side things on the Falcon make sense as docking ports because that's where the landing ramp comes out. Good deal. Glad you escaped it. And while you were avoiding a ear infection, I continued to draw the ship. Yay! Although you make a good point, the ship does not have an external airlock. Yeah, maybe that's what I saw. I don't remember entirely, but for some reason I just remember it like hauling something, and it's just like, oh. How does the horizon slow down? It's a good question. My original thought was to put very rudimentary retro rockets on it, just to give it a taste of almost realism, so it would be able to break essentially in atmosphere. But I decided to zhuzh it up a little bit more. With inertial dampeners that function on like a magnetic front, kind of a gravitational magnetic. No, that's not how I had it. Oh, don't get me started about the, what was it, the B-17 ones. That drove me nuts. I had relatives that flew in the actual B-17s. Thank you very much. You know, Gray, you raise a really good point, and I think one option would be, again, more rudimentary, but it, you know, it does the job, would be air brakes. So having like dual air brakes on the Pancake here would give it the option of basically almost having flaps. And those brakes could probably also be on the bottom. I do think some kind of repulsor system is... Yeah, I never took a physics class, so I will be very disappointing in that regard. And I'm trying not to get too bogged down in the realism. I want it to be somewhat realistic to a point where people could go like, I could see it. But I don't want to try to get so into the weeds that I'm, you know, finding Christmas presents. That's true, although I think the only ones I've experienced were the jet reverses thrust, which is kind of a misnomer because what it really does is it pushes the thrust out the sides instead of pushing it out the back. Oh, well, there you go. Today I learned. So, this might actually work out. So what we have here are reverse thrusters. And again, it's a very symmetrical ship. But these would allow it to slow down and then conceal on re-entry so they're more aerodynamic. So by the time the ship's, heat shield isn't 4,000 degrees, they can pop up and help to slow it. And of course, the easiest thing I could do is just say they use a shuttlecraft. It's Brandish. Is it Brandish? It's pretty brand. Well, fortunately, this isn't a plane. Well, that is one I thought I had an answer for, Gray, and I'm sorry, it is not the answer I was looking for. I'll figure that out, though. Scan that GPU. Scan it. Show the world your GPU. I remember scanning things. To this day, I still, whenever I get a printer replacement, I have to make sure it has a scanner on it, just in case. But Zib, you can take pictures of documents with your phone with better clarity. Yeah, well. Did the music break? That's sad. Oh, it looks like it's coming through. Oh, yeah. I feel like it's kind of a like a really dirty edit. Like the cut is too abrupt, but I'm sure that's probably, they would defend it as the style. So. It's like so like I grew up with a lot of music courses in school, so like I fortunately got a decent I didn't get a decent education, but I got a decent musical education. But one thing I haven't listened to a lot is mariachi. And what I thought was really interesting was I saw this group on Apple Music, and they do mariachi versions of video game songs. And just that edit thing just reminded me, it's a really good track, and it's so good. Like, I'm such a huge fan of the entire thing. The only thing that makes me sad is the there's fiddles. There's fiddles in it, and the fiddles are lazy. Like it's like they're trying to be a mariachi trumpet, which can like move and kind of sway a little bit and get a little funky with it. But like they're trying to do that with the fiddles, and it's like you can't do that with the fiddles. Like mariachi or no, it's like you have to do that. You know, they're very precise instruments, and I don't know. It just drove me nuts when I heard it because I'm like, you're offbeat, you're off beat. Ah! And I know they're probably like, well, it's the style. Then it's just like, no. I've heard extremely good mariachi that just kicks ass. I said no to psychic space foxes, so you're looking at a fox who's good at ricocheting things. Well, if you can get the physics right, space is a pretty good place to ricochet stuff. Or a terrible place to ricochet stuff. It really depends on the individual moment, I suppose. Gray, would you like a job? I would be Alsubier? Yeah, I have a feeling that I'm going to disappoint a lot of people with this comic. I like science fiction. I've never written it before. Alcubert. It's like I said, it's like my intent is to come up with a story that's interesting, and then people can kind of enjoy the universe as it comes into focus around them, but I'll get over it. Y'all are making me feel absolutely assured that I do not know what I'm doing. I know like nothing about physics. I know very, very little about any kind of like space I mean, if it's outside the Apollo missions, I probably don't know about it. Yeah. I was not the smartest kid in school. I was one of the funniest, but I definitely wasn't smart. Well, you are right about that, Black Box. You are right. It's true. That would make more sense if this was a Cobalt-made ship. Cobalt ships in Sidereal Cycle are very much akin to the types of ships that you'd see in the Empire. Mass-produced, very disposable, If they get past one mission, it's probably either a miracle or they ran away. Yeah, it's hard because, you know, I've grown up with Star Trek, which is like, we have an explanation for everything. It's like, oh, okay, cool, wow, that's neat. You know, like, and they say it with enough authority that it's just like, okay, that must be the way it is. And that's fine if you have a million years and a huge writing team and technical advisors. But then you have, like, Star Wars running around like, space wizards are real! And it's like, well, that's cool too, I suppose, because, like, space wizards... It might even be wiser to have, like, I don't know, like ferry systems where you can dock your ship and then take a ferry to the surface of a planet or something along those lines. Because if the pilot gripes I was reading about the F-14 are any indication, anything with this big and flat space between the engines would be an enormous pain in the ass to fly and land. They did not like the F-14 by the end. And I think their biggest gripe was the fact that they were trying to do too much with it. Man, I love the idea of a space elevator. I think they're so neat. Like, what a cool idea. It's too bad it would take the entire, like, cooperation of everyone on a planet for it to work and not be destroyed by radicals, like, every 5 seconds. Because, as you know, anything having to do with spaceflight is incredibly fragile. Yeah, I guess it's probably foolish for me to try to make a sci-fi story that's all things to all people. I should just focus on what I want to do. I'm sure my dad would say the same thing. Alternatively, I could just paint a big scary face on the ship. That'd work. Well, I guess Star Fox got around it with the G diffuser system. It's like, hey, they're flying in these ships that are pulling some incredible moves. Stuff that would black out pretty much every pilot ever. Oh, it's okay. We have a gravity diffusing system. I bought it. I mean, I was like, okay. Slippy is useful for one thing, and that is his G diffuser system. It'd be difficult for a space elevator to be at the poles because you couldn't really use the rotational energy of the Earth to, like, assist with the elevator. Which I thought was the idea, but... Which, you know what's weird about that, Gray? Like, okay, so the entire Cornerian space fleet sucks because they didn't grasp the idea of diffusing gravity. Okay, fine. But, like, we all shit over Slippy because he's so fucking annoying, but he created this incredible... Like, he created the R-Wings, in fact. He makes all this incredible tech, and we all just shit on him. I don't understand why they made this character so shit. Chroma, I think that's correct if you're going by the comic that they made. Well, I assure you there is no Slippy in the sidereal cycle. There's no incredible mechanical genius who also sucks at everything else. Oh, really? Okay. Well, it's been many moons since I've checked out the Star Fox manual. I think they were just kind of considered an established military or mercenary force in Star Fox 64. And I suppose that makes sense because they had a carrier ship at that point. Well, if anything, this gives you some idea as to where my head is at with Adelie's ship. There we go. I never knew that. More things I learned today. Ah. That must be the way they worked it. It's interesting, Gray, because like, I remember in the comic in Nintendo Power way back in the day, they were outlaws that lived on a desert world called Paytune, and they were kind of Robin Hood kind of characters, and I liked that. I actually really liked that angle. I like they had like a secret base, and Pepper knew about their activities and was able to contact them or something like that. You know, that's been theorized, but it's never really been proven. Like, I understand the idea behind it, but like, I think honestly it was because they made puppets, and the puppets had to stand. Yeah. Give Corneria the bill. And you know what? If they can afford all those fancy medals for General Pepper, then I'm pretty sure they can afford to pay good old Star Fox. Still, excuse me, I'm sorry. Still, very disappointed with how they've handled Star Fox. It's like they struck on something cool, and then all they did was repeat that. And I don't know, it really got frustrating. Yeah, it's been asked about. I know Miyamoto's been asked, and honestly, I think it was just a design choice at the time. I don't think it has any origin. Like, I know we all want there to be like a deep origin as to, you know, what everything is, but like honestly, this is in an era before we had really formidable desktop publishing software with like image processing software and digital art. I mean, the covers for most of those Nintendo Power magazines for like the first few years were all claymation. Yeah, they ditched a lot of Star Fox 1. Which, you know, I mean, they made 64 like the definitive Star Fox, but then they just stopped developing stories. They just were like, well, we'll just re-release Star Fox 64 over and over and over again. And it's like, man, I want to know more about Corneria. I want to know more about Andros. And I want to know more about James McCloud. No such luck. I heard Star Fox Zero was a nightmare to control. Especially the walkers. I mean, I'd be really excited if they made a Star Fox game that had plenty of space, like space levels, and then had some story-based, interesting ground mission. Excuse me, interesting ground missions. I mean, there's literally nothing stopping Nintendo from making a furry Mass Effect with it, really. They could do a lot. And I think at this point they just are trying to cash in on the remakes and all that stuff. Meh. Meh, I say. I can't have nice things. Is that the one that, oh, yep, hydrate. And stretch. Oh, boy. Oh. Is that the one with Alicia Glidewell doing Crystal? Or whoever, I believe she goes off of like Blue Sky as real Crystal Fox. Like she was in, I think, Star Fox Adventures or something. I haven't watched it, unfortunately. I've seen little clips of it on Blue Sky, but I haven't sat down to watch the whole thing. Well, that's really cool. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Okay. I guess I'm approaching this with the same the same trepidation as when I first did Trapfinders. Ask myself a lot, like, who am I? Like, who do I think I am? You know? Huh. Wouldn't that be interesting? It's got this weird little idea, like, what if these hull plates, or these hull shells, what if they could nest? Yay, cookie dough. Do you like cookie dough? God, that reminds me, I have so many cookies to make. I have like 6 bags of cookie mix just sitting in my cabinets. I'm buying cookies like a sucker. So wait. Let me try this. I'm clearly dying of the plague. Let me try this. Okay. Something like this. It's the Picard maneuver. If you got that joke, you're a nerd like me. But there's no cockpit because it's just a expansion shell. Oh my god. Cookie making stream with Zib. That would be the lowest engagement. It would either be my most popular video or my least. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like this idea. I mean, I would imagine modularity in space is probably one of the more desired aspects, just because things can be used for multiple reasons. Well, yeah, that's what I mean, because like these ship chassis, I mean, you just take off the cockpit, take off the bridge, and then you have a full usable thingy. Black Fox likes it. We can interlock these for modularity purposes, and then oh my god, is this a Fabian Zib in joke? Is this a Fabian Zib boob joke? You are having cupcakes, maybe. I'm having more like birthday cakes. Kind of looks like a birthday cake. Maybe it's named the Happy Birthday. Everyone's like, go back to the deep lore. Go back to the deep lore. Don't try to be funny. I kind of like the idea of like the engines also nesting. So like there's expansions. Obviously, with more mass, you would need more power to move it. So the engines could interlock with these. See, now you have six main engines, as opposed to just the 4, pushing an additional doodah here. I'm sure it could even duplicate a few things like sensor arrays and... Yeah, I don't know. This kind of seems neat to me. There needs to be one of these that has like 4 layers. Like maybe the pilot, maybe the cockpit is in the middle, and there's a couple more modular layers on top, and it's just orange, and its designation is I hate Mondays. It's like a big lasagna. Thank you, Zip. That was a very obvious joke. Yeah, Minnie, I think Chrome is referring to the model of ship the Serenity is, the Firefly. There's like a... it was a heavily mass-produced ship. Like, there were a ton of them, and they were really modular and fixed. That's one of the reasons Wash did so well with them with Kaylee, because they could mess with the damn thing and completely customize it. I think that's what they're talking about. I could be very wrong. I'm just one little kobold trying to draw a spaceship while dying, apparently from scurvy. I think in the show they do mention a couple times, like, kind of like the Millennium Falcon thing, like that piece of shit, like that mass-produced piece of crap, that Hyundai Sonata of the space. And they were perfect smuggling ships because of that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just realized something. I can science fiction my way out of whatever. I don't need wings for my spaceship to work. It's fiction, for God's sake. I liked the glowy butt. I'm going to commit to the same thing they did in G.I. Joe and Masters of the Universe. More turrets. I think having like an Omni turret here would probably be a good idea. More DACA. DACA, 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 DACA. When I was in Florida, I got a chance to see a B-17 up close. And it's one of those things where you don't think about the logistics of the ball turret on the very bottom of the plane. That had to be one of the most incredible technical marvels at its core. Like, for the time frame that was used, that had to be like the most incredible, ridiculous technology. Also ended up being like the spot on the plane with the absolute most casualties. Oh, what am I doing? Yes, turrets are great. I love turrets. But what am I doing? I can have turrets, or we can have some pop-out rockets. For some reason, I really love the idea of a very heavily armed garbage truck. Got one of those moments there. I wonder what my dad would think of my ship. Honestly, he'd probably be more like Chroma and give me some more pointers on how to make it work. Sorry about that. Have a good lurk. Kobolds do feature heavily in Sidereal Cycle. In fact, they're one of the more populous species in the galaxy. The IKE, or Imperial Kobold, well, doesn't need to be the Imperial. The IKN is what I was trying to say. The Imperial Kobold Navy is the kind of general peacekeepers and patrol in Sidereal Cycle. More often trying to avoid kobolds finding what you're doing or catching you for speeding than anything else. Got an ad break coming up here, so it's a good 30 seconds to get a drinkity drink, take a whizzity whizzle, or do a little bit of both. That is a very interesting question. Because all of one of the major goals of the Kobold Empire is to find the dragons again. The Kobold homeworld and the legendary home for all dragons was destroyed during the AI war. Much like the Lapine planet of Warren, that was also destroyed. And not just like severely wiped out, actually like Death Starred. But it is the belief of the Kobold Empire that dragons are still out there and were scattered by the destruction of their world. But they will find them, and they will bring them back. It's their hope, anyway. If anything can survive a planet exploding, it's definitely a dragon. Because I have way too many ideas and way too little time, one of the sub-stories for Sidereal Cycle has to do with a Kobold survey team that basically finds a dragon. And what ends up happening to them. Okay. Oh. Oof. Jeepers creepers. Big stretchy. Ooh-wee. I keep forgetting it's Friday. Huh. Man. What a day. Sorry, stretching. Oh, there are assuredly many spare hull plates. Where did the toilet door go? Out of spare hull plates! It still has the little latch on it. There we go. Got some good welding going on here. No, that secondary one probably doesn't need. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Every FTL run ever. Although I am more likely to end up completely screwed because my security is broken and all of my doors are stuck open. All of them. It's like, well, we need to close the doors. Well, we need to fix the security first. Well, we can't fix the security until we fix the oxygen. Well, we're going to have to pick one. You mean we have to pick a system to fix? No, we have to pick which one of us is going to die in the attempt. Hey, thanks, Saribot. Thanks for banning Bearable Oaft. FTL is good stuff. Into the Breach is also quite fun. I was very impressed with that. I felt it was less like, well, get ready to sacrifice your crew because we need this thing. And more of a, what is a clever way I can destroy this monster without killing my guy? I think I'm kind of falling for this design a little bit. I like it. two of the same ship and weld them together. 2-for-1 sale at the Pirate Wreckers. What? It's bigger now. Well, it is that. One of the modules should be extra thick. Should it also have big mouse ears? I know, Black Box, you have a type. Should I have one of those, I like to call them Gundam bullshit elevators? It's basically just like a metal rod that extends down with like a foot catch. And then the pilot just stands and then just whoop, up to the cockpit. It makes sense, yes, but it doesn't support my assertion of the bullshit. But it is science fiction, so bullshit is kind of the flavor of the day. All the BS. All the BS. Oh, congratulations. There is a wire extender port. Aw, Short Stack. That was legit one of my nicknames in high school. This picture should just be called, "Tell me you've never seen Food Wars without telling me you've never seen Food Wars." I like to think that these like ship hulls are deposited in communities and they're used as giant trash collectors. giant dumpsters, essentially. So then these ships will just come in from whatever waste management company. They'll just lock onto it and then just take it away. It's very much a Roomba, yes. Well, as a good friend of mine once said, that's enough faffing around. Oh. Oh, goodness. All right, I'm going to save this. And I think I'm going to load up some wild guns. Okay, this needs to get saved on the external drive. Hoorays! That's East. I was about to load up East. It's like, that's not the game about the Cowboys. All right. Where's the dude? That's not it. That's it. There we go. And then there we go. That's better. Ha! Oh my god, I just want this on top of stuff. I just... Oh. There. About time. Sorry, Etrian Odyssey 5. I love your soundtrack, but we are moving out. Wild Goons. Hopefully this is not too loud. Not bad. Not bad. Little loud, but Natsume. All right. All right, let's do this. Our Lady Annie. Time to free the good people of Carson City. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and change to retro. Retro? There we go. How hard up for cash do these guys have to be in this shitty gang? There we go. You almost had me. Almost had me. L. Oh, grenade launcher. For all your grenade launching needs. I love the arrow pointing to him that's like, boss, and it's like, man, I don't know if I'd follow that guy. I don't care how good of a shot he is. Whoops. That's okay. I'm sure he took a tiny amount of damage from that. There we go! Perfect! I like that she has blue lipstick in that, too. That's really cool. Look at all those items. Nice. All right. Let's see how desolate this canyon is. We're getting better. We're getting better at it. Slowly, but surely. Oh, shoot. I was trying to jump. There we go. She's a kobold at heart. Almost sounds like a yap. Whew. There we go. All right, tanky tank. My bustle bow and you have a conversation to have here. No! Ah, come on. That was just silly. Oh, for Pete's sake. It all falls apart at Desolation Canyon. Damn it! Oh, no. Oh, from such strong starts to complete garbage. All right, Desolation Canyon. I busted out the pink dress. Now you are completely screwed. There we go. I make him explode. And I like this game. It kicks the crap out of me, but I like this game. Okay, this is a much more appropriate place to get this. I appreciate that. Whoops. Screwed it up. Screwed it up. Screwed it up. From the very get-go, you're supposed to freeze him. skirted up. That is the direction they should go. Wah, wah. God damn it. Oh, damn it. I just know this thing's like 2 shots away from death. Okay, die, please. Jesus. It'd be cool if I could get an extra life. Oh, thank you. Man, the train. It's like, I want to beat the train, but I hate the train. Ammunition Depot it is. My favorite home disimprovement store. Whoa!
Whoa, easy there. I got a movie for you, fatty. A Fridge Too Far.
Whoa! All of a sudden, these guys learn to shoot. Had to call in your knife guy to try to kill me. I usually prefer to get like a baker's dozen of kobolds whenever I go to Lair Depot. Because, you know, at least one of them's always going to be like kind of broken. Oh, come on! Off-screen knife guy! Fuck you! Fuck you and all the off-screen knife guys. Knife guys finish last. I don't care what riot shield you have. A grenade trumps it. Especially one fired at velocity. Fuck you. Oh, those knife guys. They piss me off. I can't believe Crawley McPanic guy is the one who killed. Like, I would have accepted the robot at this point. I would have accepted the robot killing me instead of Crawley McShoot me. That's right. Time for Black Dress Annie. Also, really kind of leans very warm black, almost a brown, so we could call it Chocolate Annie. Wow, that really should have killed me, and I'm glad it didn't. I think I've said that about a lot of things in my life. Oh, that should have killed me. Oh, dry up. I don't know what's in those blue shirts that makes them so resilient to bullets, but kind of want one. Fucking knife guy. Wow, that was a terrible dodge. I should not have survived that. I gotta watch out for an off-screen knife guy. He just showed up. Oh, fucking off-screen knife guy thinking that he knows what. Not today. Not in my black dress. You know what? There. The continual threat of off-screen knife guys is sobering, to say the least. Wow, I just stood there. And now they've seen my underdrawers. Oh, he needed one more shot. Oh, come on, man. Lame. That's actually 24 pages is pretty decent for a manual, honestly. That's more than I would have expected. You know, like when when you'd rent a game from the store, and like they'd have like the generic like plastic case. God damn it! They'd have like the generic plastic case with the extremely what is it? Succinct controls and everything. Oh, come on. Oh, piss off. It's gonna be that kind of a round. Is there a button that I can just restart? I guess that button is stand still. There we go. Okay, all right. This is the one. This is the one. This is the one where we get up. Perfect. Oof. Blow up, please. Blow up. Thank you. God. Swear to God, it has random HP. God dang it. Of course. Let's kill all the mooks with my giant Vulcan. Nice. All right, Wiener Mc-One-Shot. Just you and me. Who's dressed better? Guarantee it's me. Oh, you little shit. Oh. Course. Course. Oh, damn it. I didn't see his little lasso do thingy. All right, a couple more rounds, then I think I have had enough for this evening. Let's see here. How about the gold mine? Everyone loves a gold mine. Is it yours? Is it mine? It's gold mine. It's a little bit of a metallurgy joke. Ah, yes, the tiny men. We will not let them stand. Well, that worked a lot better. Oh, damn it. Frickin' die. Sir? Fucking gnomes in the background, yeah. Oh, damn it. I wish those jaunty-hipped men would give me some frickin' one-ups. And no, it's not a dragon, it's a crab. Looked like a dragon the first time. Let a Cobalt dream. Freezy Pops. I don't like those. Only I get to have the Freezy Pops. Oh, the Freezy Pops hit him! Oh, sweet. Guess what you're getting, Christmas? It's gonna be Freezy Pops. No, I don't want... Oh, fuck you, crab. Fuck you! Fucking giant robot crab. Not giving... You're gonna kill that fucking crab. Pure as the driven snow. Fucking crab. Oh, crab. So angry. You could say I'm getting a bit crabby. Oh, there were 2 dynamites. And I missed the grenades. Ah! Ah! And on top of everything, it's raining. Oh, come on. Man. And it's gonna be gone in the next scene. Boo. Just let me get to the crab. I swung my little bat at him like that. Your jaunty hips will not save you. Yeah, that's what you get. You get hit in the face with a bat because you attacked me with a knife. God, just freaking stop coming over here. Rude. Okay, that's a way easier way of killing that thing. All right, crab. I've got 0 lives and 0 patience. It's time for you to become a snow crab dinner for some lucky person. Don't cover your face. Show me your face, crab. Do it. Show me your face. I demand face, crab. Yeah, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Show me your face. Do it. Do it. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, man. Stupid, dumb, dumb crap. Ah. It's a lot of cement to be shooting just to make a countdown. Dumb crab-ass, dumb monster, stupid crustacean piece of shit. Robo-crustaceans taking our jobs. No, Gray, I prefer that it was all caps. All right. Speaking of caps, I am going to go ahead and put a cap on this evening. I am grateful you guys were here. Thank you so much for helping make my evening more fun. Let's see here. There we go. In any case, I will likely catch you guys on Monday. So I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Look forward to a new page on Monday. And I'll catch you guys then. How about that, computer? You want to count us out?
Hyperspace in 3, 2, 1.